Well, we're out in the Royal Gorge Bridge and Park. We're located about 10 miles west of Canyon City in Colorado. Today, we're fortunate to have a representative for the Go Fast that's with a jetpack, and he's going to attempt to fly across the gorge. It's about 1,053 feet above the Arkansas River, approximately this shy of a quarter-mile long. And he's got 30 seconds of fuel, and it should take about 22 seconds to get across. This is the craziest thing. We've had some really weird stuff going on out here, but this takes the cake. Wish this guy good luck, because he's going to need it, I think.
The problem with that, if I do have to abort or go into the cliff, I'm gonna have to find a spot where I can possibly hang on. I'm gonna have to try to slow down before I get there. If I ended up hitting it at any speed, the tanks are under pressure, and the fuel itself could oxidize me to death. If I get enough of it on me, it's not gonna be enough time for anybody to get down there. If there happens to be any grass or shrubbery around, it's gonna catch that on fire within seconds for sure. Meanwhile, I'll be there laying there with oxidizing and corrosive fuel on me. If that does happen, I guess I could just hope I'm close enough to the top that the rescue guys can get down to me quick enough. I've been almost 16 years in the saddle so far. I think Bill Suter had the longest time in action, and he had 11 years. He has about 1,200 flights, where I've got about 800.
He called me several days before the flight across the Royal Gorge, and he was asking me questions. Didn't tell me he was going to make that flight, but he was asking me questions about the catalyst pack. Had I ever had one fail? And how long do you think a catalyst will last before it starts failing? Is there any signs to let you know they're breaking down? And, you know, I found it a little bit funny that he'd be asking me these questions now, you know, 3 or 4 years after knowing him. Why are you asking me now? And it was just, he said, oh, just for my own information. The day of the flight, my wife got a call from Kathleen Clough, and she said that Eric was just on TV, he's going to be flying over the Royal Gorge. So I thought, well, it'll be on the news maybe, if he makes it. And it'll be on the news for sure if he doesn't make it.
Yeah, when it runs out of fuel, it's like, that's it. You definitely want to be very close to the ground. It's when it's gone, you're just now a person with 80 pounds on your back, falling.
I'm confident in my mind about this. I work really well under pressure, and it's going to be really, well, it's hard to say what the feeling's going to be like once I get over here.
I mean, you've done this distance before, it's just you haven't done it over something so
No, I haven't done this distance.
Have you not? You haven't done this distance even on an oval?
No.
Eric?
An hour after he had made the flight, I got a phone call from him. And he told me, you know, he had just made it. He says, Bill, he says, that was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. And he said, my hands were shaking so bad I couldn't undo the buckles. And he says, after I got the machine off, I knelt down and I kissed the ground.
Yeah!
You know, he's very humble, and he was not afraid to admit that there was fear involved. And I think he's a much better man to be able to admit, you know, that, hey, that was scary as hell. And, you know, it's over. I'm glad. I kissed the ground I'm on.
If there was a bigger word or a better word for it, that would be what it is, because that's the most unbelievable thing I've ever done, for sure.